Hi, everybody. I am Emily Simone with the Garden State Film Festival, and here with me is Brian May, who is the star of the short film Glass Eyes, and Daniel Myers, who is the director, writer, producer of the short film Glass Eyes. How are you both doing today?
Doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. So congratulations on the short that was accepted into the Garden State, and thank you so much for taking this time to talk to us. I did watch the short, and I'm really excited to ask you everything that went on behind the scenes. But before I do, can you tell our live viewers a bit about it?
Yes. So Glass Eyes is a zombie genre short film, and it revolves around a relationship between a man and a woman. And yeah, I mean, it was our attempt at the genre that we admittedly know is very watered down and very overcooked at the moment, but it's one of my favorite genres. And I kind of just, between Brian and I talking about this for a year now, I was like, I gotta tell my zombie story. I gotta do it. Yeah, I know there's a ton of stuff out there, but I gotta do it, and this is the product. So.
And outside of it being, exactly what Dan said, it's really a project for Dan. He had been talking about something like this for a long time, so it's truly for Dan and for me as well, because he was kind enough to present the idea. So it's that's really what it is.
So Dan, what was your inspiration for this writing?
Oof, a whole lot of things. I mean, obviously, I'm a big fan of George Romero and his zombie films. I mean, I probably was too young of an age. And what's funny, it's that George Romero has a famous line that says, "Don't make a zombie movie" to up and coming filmmakers. But he kind of follows it up in a joking manner where he says, "Don't make one without something to say." And not that I think we have an intense or a self-righteous point, but there is something to say in our film. And in terms of the visuals, the aesthetic, I mean, I'm just such a fan of filmmakers like Jean-Marc Vallée and Denis Villeneuve. And I said, let's do a zombie movie that looks amazing. And so much of that is because of our cinematographer, Rick Cook, who did an incredible job. So, I mean, those are the two influences. So.
And so what was this filming process like for you?
The process is kind of, well, Brian and I have done a ton of stuff together. We were here last year in the festival with our lo-fi sci-fi film monitor, and the process is always, hey Brian, I have an idea, and Brian's like, what is it? And I'll say the idea, and he'll say, or great, let's do it. And that's kind of that's really our process.
I really say I lead, then yes. If not, I'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he holds me hostage. Yeah.
So,
but I mean, but honestly, it's really just the process is writing. We pass the script back and forth. We try to put together a team, and that's why it's so funny. This festival is so important to us. It's become like our home festival because we got in with Monitor last year, and through that connection and through attending the 2022 festival, we met Sophia Lucia Parola, our incredible co-star with Brian, and then Rick Cook, the cinematographer, and that just like snowballed into a core of people who are really into the idea, and it's a complete homegrown Jersey. Was shot right here in Monmouth County, every frame, and yeah, I mean the process was let's find people who want to work with us, and luckily we found those people.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like, because my next question was going to be, how did you find your cast and crew? So that's amazing that it seems to me like you found most of your crew through networking with the Garden State Film Festival.
Yeah,
That's
so it's an amazing story for people who are going to come to the festival, and just network, meet people, be outgoing, be yourself, and share ideas and collaborate. So
and
is that
and actually, like last year, sorry to interrupt, like it ties into the interview. Sophia interviewed us for
right.
the film we had here last year, and took it in his head. And after Sophia interviewed us, like that energy was already saying, like, man, that would be great if we could, if we could meet her and get in touch with her and project. And it came together magically. So we have Garden State Film Festival.
No, that's fantastic. And being a part of the Garden State, it's really I don't know what word to use other than just like motivating, like in making those networks
for sure.
connections and whatnot. Is that how the two of you met?
Well, we met here. So I just wanted to tell the audience that I'm not talking too much because I don't want Brian to talk. Brian just has a bit of a connection thing. So we're trying to limit his stuff to be as concise as possible. So don't think we're just talking over Brian. No, but to get back to the question, Brian and I, like I said, we've done, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 short films together. We have an audio story trilogy that has done very well. And that was part of the festival last year. It's going to be part of the festival this year. I don't think they've announced it yet. That's called Fading Kingdoms. And we just, we're two guys living in Jersey who just have this passion, and thankfully we found each other a bunch of years ago, and we'll keep working together until we're old, I'm sure. So
that's incredible. I love that. Did you guys film? So you said you met Sophia last year, so that means that you filmed during this year. Did you have any like weird COVID restrictions or anything like through your process?
No, so we're non-union, and it was more of a, everyone was comfortable with it, and I'd say 80% of the shooting was outdoors, and that never really came up. I'm sure if we were a union job, there would have been more strict restrictions, but I mean, we're all very responsible and very safe, and everyone was very comfortable as far as I know.
Yeah, and speaking of like the like Dan just mentioned Fading Kingdoms, and that project came about because of the pandemic. We couldn't get together to make a movie, and Dan wanted to do something cinematic and the pandemic allowed us to do that, deal with people remotely, send scripts, send we definitely obviously took advantage of the crazy, remain creative and remain in touch, and to do something artistic.
So how long have you both been submitting to the Garden State Film Festival?
We're a lucky 2 for 2, or 4 for 4 if you want to count Fading Kingdoms, the audio story. So yeah, I mean, this is a film that we didn't want to submit to too many places because we have a strong online run at some point, and because we feel like it's the kind of film, it's a subgenre, and we just wanted eyes on it, pun intended, on glass eyes. So we did a very limited festival submission, just because Brian and I have done this festival submissions. Brian's been his other films premieres around the world. I've been lucky with my own stuff, and it's just, for this one in particular, we're like, Garden State Film Festival is the #1, and then outside of that, we might explore some other ones, but I think it's probably just going to be an online run after this.
That's awesome. So how does it feel to be accepted?
Wonderful. Yeah, it's wonderful. I mean, it really is. So and I'm excited that Sophia will have a project in the festival, and it's going to be a fun night. It really will be.
Is there anything that you're hoping the audience will get out of watching your short film?
Brian, do you want to?
Yeah, I think when you're starting out, like something that sort of either sets you apart or means something to you personally. But this is a long way of saying that Dan really came to me with an idea, and he wanted a short, tight, satisfying movie for both us and without any sort of pretension. So at the end of the day, we want people to be for Dan, but I think we want people to be entertained. And if you can leave thinking about some stuff, then a bonus of the entertainment factor.
Yeah, I guess, and to elaborate on that, so my directorial debut last year was a film called Monitor, and it was a sci-fi film, and very atmospheric, done in the spirit of like a John Carpenter, and it was over 20 minutes, and we've actually since cut it down. And that was a lesson in terms of, for all the filmmakers out there who are just starting out, that was a lesson that I love the film, and it's exactly the perfect length it should be. But the goal for Glass Eyes, this film, frankly, it was a filmmaking goal. We said, all right, Monitor is great. It's what I wanted. It's atmospheric, but let's try to make a project that we can cut the runtime in half, literally, and then also make something that's more of a crowd pleaser. And I think this is. And we also quadrupled the production value. So that was kind of the exercise with Glass Eyes. So I see Brian laughing because he, yeah.
So what advice would you say that you have for other filmmakers?
Oh, I mean, I got this question last year. I didn't feel like I've earned the right to tell people what advice I have, but I guess that's really it. It's just the cliches of make what you want to see. I'm a true believer in that. Make what you want to see, and also just work with people you enjoy being around. That's probably one of the most important things, because at the end of the day, it's about the work and being you enjoy, and because after the fact, when the film's released or doing festival runs or whatever, it's everyone goes their separate ways. So it's really about the production process, enjoying being collaborated with other people, and having fun while doing it.
Yeah. When it's really, you learn that matters. That journey of making it, when you're all connected, when you're all in line, you're challenging each other, and you're striving towards that goal. That's really what you have, collaborators that push you, challenge you, and you're in sync with. It's a beautiful to have made the movie, and we're thrilled to be premiering it here at the festival.
Well, we're thrilled to have you. You guys can check out Glass Eyes Saturday, March 25th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Asbury Lanes. Brian, Dan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks for having us. Can't wait.